Hello everyone, welcome to the SAS Virtual Global Forum 2020. My name is Charlie Chase. I am the Executive Industry Consultant in the SAS Retail CPG line of business. Today I'm going to talk to you about Grape to Grocery, SAS's demand sensing and shaping capability for a winery from farm to table. As the Executive Industry Consultant, my role is thought leader and trusted advisor responsible for delivering analytics-driven solutions to improve SAS customer supply chain efficiencies. I have more than 20 years of experience in the consumer packaged goods industry and an expert in demand forecasting and planning, market response modeling, econometrics, and supply chain management. Today we are representing a fictitious winery called the Beaune-Wheat Family Winery and Vineyard. However, the data is real and has been masked. The Beaune-Wheat family moved to Sonoma County, California 5 generations ago. They feature a high-end selection of varietal wines that are made in a traditional Bordeaux style. The winery uses SAS analytics, machine learning, visual analytics, and customer intelligence to forecast consumer demand for their wines, as well as provide sales and marketing with real-time consumer intelligence delivering wine from the winery direct to consumers. So how does SAS deliver value? SAS Software is helping the winery to consistently deliver value by helping the winery balance demand and supply, ensure consumers find the right products on shelf across every channel when they need it, enable high service levels on customer orders, empower sales and marketing with real-time consumer intelligence, improve product quality in a rapidly changing digital world, and finally, bring new products consumers want to market in the most efficient way. More and more people are buying wine online. Did you know that direct-to-consumer wine market in the US grew by over 11% in 2019, with sales of over $3 billion? And volume sales were up over 9%, with wineries shipping over 6 million cases of wine direct to consumers. This is a real growth market within the overall wine category. So let's see how the Beaune-Wheat marketing team uses SAS customer intelligence analytics to better understand the consumer experience and forecast demand. Using SAS customer intelligence analytics, the Beaune-Wheat marketing team can utilize analytics to better understand their consumers and which consumers they plan to target for their overall product marketing strategy. The marketing team can create customer segments. In this case, they have created 4 segments to determine more information about wine consumers, taking into account the results of an A/B test run in the past. You can see different marketing and promotional campaigns for varietal wines being offered by the winery. The marketing team can utilize this information on the website to better understand and discover new segments of customers. The marketing team is then able to visualize the information related to the performance of the A/B testing, gaining a better understanding within different segments and overall campaigns, and information about them. As you can see, different demographic information is available. For example, they can gain additional information regarding average income, revenue for the last 12 months, average age, as well as other demographic information about each segment. Now the winery marketing team can engage directly with the consumer with the ability to personalize that experience, driving consumers to pathway to purchase. In this case, the consumer can see default content regarding what's trending, as well as other content. As the user begins to click deeper into the website to categories, they find wine offerings. As you can see, the website starts to track and personalize the consumer's activity on the left. When a consumer comes back to the homepage, promotions for varietal wines are featured. As users log into the website on the left, they go from being an unknown visitor to a known visitor based upon the information regarding consumer loyalty. We know that Dennis is now logging onto the website. We know his email, we know his age, and demographic information. We also know he is a high-value, loyal consumer. We are now able to tailor the content on the website to content that we know will resonate well with Dennis. We know he is not shopping for other products during this visit to the website. So we now change the display to high-end white wine varietals. As we're able to interact and personalize the consumer experience on the website, we're able to understand and drive more additional insights into our consumers' preferences. Behind the scenes, data-driven consumer segmentation is applied. The segmentation takes into account simple things like gender, more advanced things like analytically driven profiles, in addition to past response history. Now we can create and orchestrate a multi-channel communication chain. This includes website and mobile as well as email. The email and mobile communications are personalized to align with the system known as next best action based upon Dennis's information. The white wine page view has triggered a multi-channel consumer communication journey, including website content personalization, relevant email communications, and mobile application content push. Using SAS, the Bona Wheat Winery has been able to focus less on transactions or shipments and more on the consumer, taking advantage of the point of sale and syndicated scanner data being captured from their retail customers, as well as real-time digital consumer intelligence. Using advanced analytics and machine learning, SAS's ability to accurately capture consumer promotion lifts and forecast demand is unrivaled. Whether it's optimizing the marketing programming or measuring the impact of consumer promotions to accurately forecast demand using point of sale and syndicated scanner data, then supplying that demand on time and in full either directly to the consumer or to grocery stores. The key differentiators are the ability to sense and shape demand using advanced analytics and machine learning, integration and visibility across all the planning functions, understanding the consumer experience to more accurately forecast demand. So how does SAS help the winery accurately predict demand in this changing environment? So as a demand planner or marketing planner, at the end of each forecast cycle, I'm going to review the actuals and see how well we did. As the demand planner for the Bona Wheat family red wines, I'm going to click on the red wines, also the Le Bijou red wines, to see how well we did as of the last period. I'm going to check inventory across the country. And as you can see, we're building inventory in the Northeast and starting to build inventory in the upper Midwest. I'm then going to look at my forecast accuracy. And as you can see, in the Northeast, we have the lowest accuracy and the highest error, as well as the highest forecast bias. We tend to over forecast by around 7% and under deliver. I'm going to go deeper into this to see how well we're forecasting overall the Le Bijou red wines. And as you can see, we're running around 81%, which is much lower than all the other product groups who are in the high 80s, close to 90. We're also carrying our building over 59 weeks of inventory. I want to drill down deeper to determine what regions. And as you can see, we're building inventory in all the regions except for the South, not just the Northeast. As a marketing planner, I'm going to look at how well our promotions and pricing are doing. And as you can see in this waterfall chart on the left, it helps the marketing team determine how much demand volume is associated with base volume, price, and promotion lifts. This chart is the result of the statistical models that were created using advanced analytics and machine learning by the demand analyst. The marketing planner can drill down by product group and region to see how promotions and price impact each product group. And as you can see, it's not impacting the Le Bijou red wines as well as it should be. The chart on the right plots forecast error and sell-through rates. The planner can see that those products with low forecast error tend to sell through the retail channel, and those products in the upper left-hand corner, which have higher than normal forecast error, tend to have low sell-through rates. Here the planner reviews these exceptions and collaborates with the marketing planner and the demand planner together to come up with a plan to improve performance on these products. Now I'm going to switch hats and I'm going to be the demand analyst and start to update all the models for the new cycle. As a demand analyst, the first thing I'm going to do is update the point of sale and syndicated scanner models because that's driving shipments. So I'm going to click on that product group. Here's the data that's being used. And as you can see, there's all types of data: pricing, promotions, merchandising capabilities, even temperature in this model. I'm going to go to the pipe that we built. We call these forecasting pipes. And you can see we used an open source pipe to bring in a Python random forest model. We also built a SAS random forest model and a linear regression model. And then combine the SAS forecasting random forest model, linear regression model, create an ensemble model. So let's see how well they did as competing against each other. And as you can see, the ensemble model won the competition. And this is not a normal. In fact, there's research that's been done that says these ensemble models, combining machine learning with traditional advanced time series models, actually outperform the machine learning models by themselves. And this is the case. So I'm going to close out. And now I'm going to go to my shipment pipes. And as you'll see, we have all the shipment information and we brought in point of sale data. And we created 3 additional point of sale factors that pull forward 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks the point of sale data so it matches up with the shipment data. Also ran a different type of pipe, and this time we ran automatic forecasting. It always does bottom up. It uses all different kinds of advanced models, but only time series models. Hierarchical forecasting, which looks at forecasting and hierarchy, and then a stacked neural network model with time series, which is an ensemble model. And again, in this case, you'll see that when we look at the comparison, that the auto forecasting model outperformed the ensemble model, and this is not unusual either. So let's go see how well the forecast looks. And we're going to go to forecast viewer. As you can see in the forecast viewer, here's the impact of the promotions. They're running on a holiday promotion. This is the first week, and this is the second week of that promotion. And then here's some carryover, which was modeled using the machine learning models. So now I'm going to switch hats and become a marketing planner. I'm going to go to my planning workbook. As a marketing planner, I'm going to open up my workbook. As a marketing planner, I have my own view. And as you can see, I have point of sale data, both total point of sale, baseline, and promoted. And the baseline and promoted are broken out using those machine learning models. So that's done through analytics, not through judgment. Here are all the different promotions, the holiday promotion that we're running currently, that runs in the last week of February, March, as well as other promotions. Also the revenue generated from that, baseline and promoted revenue, cost of goods sold, and margin. So we want to maintain at least a 42% margin. And we're pretty close across the board. So as the marketing planner, I want to, after this promotion is run, the second week, which is the week of March, the week of the 9th of March, and here's a carryover, some residual impact from that. That's also been modeled. I want to try to assure that we sell through more of that wine that's been building in the Northeast. So we're going to run a 10% price reduction on a case of wine promotion. I'm just going to put a 1 in there. 1 turns it on and a 0 turns it off. We're going to calculate it. And as you can see, that adds an incremental 900 cases per customer. And the revenue went from 118,000 to 130,000, and we maintained a 44% margin from a 45, so well above 42. So this promotion not only generates additional volume, but it also increases revenue and it's profitable. So now I'm going to close out and get approval for this. And once it's approved, the impact will automatically be transferred to the demand planners workbook. So let's close out of here. And now I'm going to log in as a demand planner. It was approved to my workbook. As a demand planner, I have a slightly different view. I don't have to have the same view, but I do have point of sale. And again, it's broken out. And if we go over to week number 10, you can see there's the impact of that 10% off price reduction on a case of wine. On not only on the POS data, but how it's impacting shipments as well. And here's the shipment volume. We also have open inventory balance, receipts coming in, open and closing inventory balance. Also, weeks forward coverage based on the forecast and current inventory. And what we want to do is we want to maintain a 2-week forward coverage. And as you can see, we're just barely at 1 week forward coverage. So I found out that as the demand planner, I can expedite around 5,000 cases from the future weeks into week number 10 to cover that and drive and maintain at least a 1 to 2 week coverage. So let's do that. So the 5,000 cases is going to give us 13,221. And enter that in and run that simulation. So by expediting that 5,000 cases, we're able to drive up our forward coverage from less than 1 week to well over 1 week to protect against that additional promotion of a 10% off a case of wine. Based on what we just seen, what are the key takeaways from the analytics? First, we were able to deliver real-time digital consumer insights at the edge. We have an end-to-end consumer engagement process to predict and plan demand through the personalization and engagement with winery consumers. And real-time consumer insights from multi-channel communications combined with advanced analytics and machine learning has enabled the winery to better understand the consumer experience to more accurately forecast demand. SAS delivers real-time consumer analytics at the edge that the winery can use to improve customer service while maintaining high profit margins. Uncovering real-time digital consumer insights from multi-channel communications combined with advanced analytics and machine learning enables the winery to better understand the consumer experience to more accurately forecast demand direct to the consumer as well as across traditional brick and mortar channels. We just walked you through how the SAS solution platform truly supports an end-to-end consumer engagement process utilizing advanced analytics and machine learning to understand, predict, and plan demand through the personalization and engagement with the winery consumers. Thank you all for listening today. You can contact me at the email listed here, as well as on LinkedIn and Twitter if you have any questions.